Hello, hello. Are we good? Let's see here. Pop that up, put that there. Hello, everyone. Press the A button. Loading. I am loading. I am pressing A button. Whew. Hey, Needle Pup. Welcome, folks. Oh man, did they remaster the music for this? Oh, the music's different! Oh, you guys are in for a treat. I love this game series. It's one of my top favorites of all time. It's a really great game series with a really great story. I played them all on my DS, and they recently, I guess, remastered it for the Switch. Because this is definitely new music. This is at least is new. Oh man, this is so gorgeous. The original trilogy is really a fond part of my childhood. I guess I played them in college, probably. They're really fun. Hello, Zool, Jeff, Lobsoul, Dagger, Needlepup, I already said hello. Quick update. Let me see, the music looks good. Just to warn you, this does deal with criminal cases, so it can get pretty dark. They never deal with sexual assault, but murder, abuse, suicide, trauma, that kind of stuff will come up. Just putting it out there, brace yourselves. You know, if that's something, if you gotta, like, take care of yourself. But they tend to be very happy, they're the kind of story that can be very dark, but it ends hopeful. Like, good things will eventually happen. They overcome their struggles together, but there's definitely some struggling going on. God, I love this series. We're gonna start with the first one. Oh man, this is new too. They've added so much stuff. I don't remember there being cover art. The villains in this game are always so comical. Typically, they will let you know right away who did it. There's no mystery there. The mystery is, and the frustration that comes from the game is knowing and having to prove it, which is a really smart way to do this game. I don't know if y'all have seen the other camera we have. Another update. Let's see here. There we go. We now have 2 kitty cams. And Gandalf and Bob are chasing each other right now. You can't see them on either camera because these little jerks are right outside of view. Oh, there they go! Boy, am I nervous. I am going to voice act all this because there's no voice acting. Right! Oh. Hiya, Chief! Ooh, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. It's the butts. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty! Give me the death sentence! I ain't afraid to die! God, this character. All the characters in Ace Attorney are completely wild, and most of their names are puns. His name is Larry Butts. Harry Butts, duh. It's just so goofy. I love it. I do want to say, if anybody knows what's going on or knows the answers to any, like, keep the spoilers free. Let's solve the mysteries together. So I am curious how many folks have seen this game or played it before. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. Hi, kitty. Oh, we have a Pippin on camera, for once. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Oh, that's right. I remember this one. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick. You gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. Gandalf is trying to walk through the microphone right now. Very smart decision on his part. The newspapers say it was you. It is usually the boyfriend, isn't it? My name is Phoenix Wright. Between the mic stand and the, what do you call it? The buffer screen. Knocked it all over. Dummy. Gandalf did a bad. He's on the desk now. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. I actually forgot this was the first case. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. I think everybody has a Larry Butts friend. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. Hey! Hey! No! Gandalf did a very bad. Had his face in my dinner bowl. He did. Get down. Get. I thought you were here to hang out. You're here to eat my chicken. But I know better than anyone, he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. To clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. God, everything starts out so sweet and innocent. Each game, I think, tends to be about 4 or 5 cases. They all end up tying in together into this larger case that's kind of going on in the background, but you don't know that really until the end. Though I think this is going to be shorter. There's typically a prologue that's just like teaching you how to play the game. Oh, that's different. They've changed some of the artwork. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. God, I hate that guy. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? You guys. Hey, chill. Be nice, Gandhi. Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you control your nerves. Hey! Really, what is up with you, buddy? Oh, goodness. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Oh, boy. Yes, Your Honor. Ugh. Hand shaking. Knees weak, arms spaghetti. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. So this is the tutorial. Please state the name of the defendant. Larry Butts. That's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Keep your wits and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? I can check the court record to tell me. Yeah. I know he doesn't know, so I checked the court record. Yep. Are you sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot, temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Poor Mia. Alright, this is telling us that at any time we can check the court record, and the court record's gonna have all our evidence and stuff that we need. Do I need to kick your butt, cat? Hey, hand off. Nobody wants to play with you. You're high on power and chicken. Hey. Yeah, this game's not going to be very realistic, but it knows it's not. And that's the best part of Ace Attorney, is that it embraces the absurd, because it knows from the beginning that its premise is faulty. You cannot solve criminal cases like this. So why not just be completely wild and over the top, and everything is ridiculous and silly, and they get sillier from each game. It's so funny. Cindy. Alright. Who is the victim? That's, Cindy Stone. Probably not Cinderblock. Victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? Died because she was hit with a blunt object. That was also in the thing. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Of course his name's Payne. The tutorial the tutorial prosecution is always Payne. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what the object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. I've actually seen the real Thinker in person. It was at our museum for a long time. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue of the Thinker. That judge does have an epic beard. He's this, well, there might be a different judge in one of the games, but I think for most of the games it's the same guy, and he's so funny. He's completely an airhead, entirely. Yes, Pablo says the attorney doesn't solve criminal cases, but that's what every single one of these games, the attorney solves the case. And the detectives are always idiots. The detectives never know what they're doing. Alright, pay attention to the evidence that's added in the trial. Use the R button to check it. Yep. The prosecution may call its first witness. Here we go, the heart of the game. Well, that and exploring. We're gonna talk to Mr. Butts. Well, Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Hello, Mike. I'm Akatsuki. Akatsuki, is that a reference to, Black Quill? You would be Black Quill. Is it not true the victim had recently dumped you? That's the wrong voice for him. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I was gonna say that. I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. 3 guesses who your favorite prosecutor is. That's a pretty good favorite prosecutor, Akatsuki. I don't know, I'm torn. All the prosecutors are really, well, I mean, other than this guy. Clavier and Edgeworth and Black Quill are all pretty fantastic. This game has a great cast. There's very few characters that I really don't like, and I feel they're the ones you're meant to hate. They're the bad guys, so all the main characters are very cool. She had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. I may have to go kick a cat out, 'cause Pippin and Gandalf are still fighting so bad. Oh, how could I forget Francisca? She is great. Oh man, she shows up in the next one, doesn't she? She's probably not in this one. So many great characters. Gandalf, where are you being shitty? Andy? Where are you? Where are you two fighting? Oh, here you are. Come here. No, I said come here. You're being bad. You're getting kicked out. This won't be Pippin alone. Alright. Oh wow, Pablo. That sounds like something that would happen in Ace Attorney. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right, I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Haha, got him sweating. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? Oh, no, but shut up. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. And when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Good Lord, child. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? I'm gonna be so glad when that guy's not here anymore. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? I'll send him a signal. Lie like a dog. Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember. You don't remember? Well then, we'll just have to remind you. I got a bad feeling about this. We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day. Well, that simplifies matters. Who's your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. That's not good. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Oh god, he's so slimy. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct? Oh yes. Newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. I'm gonna run out of voices for characters. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Ah, we've already found a problem. We've already found an issue. He said he didn't have the strength to go in the apartment, but then how did he use her phone? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Alright. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, Wright, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies in the testimony. So that's the heart of the courtroom scenes. A witness will show up and tell their side of the story. There will be something that they're lying about or forgetting or not mentioning, and you have to use the evidence and their testimony and figure out how it doesn't match. That's the puzzle aspect of the game, and what you do most of the time in the courtroom. And inevitably it leads to figuring out who actually murdered the person. He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key, it's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the record and the testimony. Then, you found the contradiction in the evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Tanya says, I wish the court system in real life was like this. I don't know. It's interesting that they set up this system, but then as you play the games, there's a lot more drama and plot in them, where you find out this system is itself corrupt, and it actually gets real, pretty gritty, and deals with corruption and stuff. It's really cool. All right. Okay. He's going door to door, thought he must be in a hurry, he left the door open. Thinking it's strange, I looked inside the apartment. I saw her lying there, quailed in fright, and found myself unable to go inside. Thought to call the police, but her phone wasn't working, even though he said, phone in her apartment wasn't working. Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't. Right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh, that. I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? Alright, so he bluffed his way through that. Alright, he went to the pub. Wait, do public phones work if there's a blackout? No spoilers, Akatsuki! Even though that's pretty early on. Okay. It's a passport. She arrived home the day before the murder. Electricity was out from 9 to 6 to her building. So not the whole area, just her building? Power was out in her building. She died somewhere between 4 and 5. Wait a minute. Yeah, he says it's 1 o'clock. It's not 1 o'clock. It couldn't be 1 o'clock because she died between 4 or 5. Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body defined at 1. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Aha! Got him on the ropes! Oh, that! This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's really a good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. That's all you have to do. You want to be an attorney? Just to point that contradicts. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Yeah, this one's easy. It's right there. I heard the coming from the television. Yeah, no, let's do television, I think, is probably where it's supposed to be. Because the power was off in the building. How could the television be on? Objection! Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. He is sweating so much. There's just gonna be a puddle under his feet. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Ah! The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Ah, wait! I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. Did he have any credibility? Look at his face. Look at that, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. The prosecution does like, they do stuff, they do the detective work and investigating in the background, and they fight against you more in the parts of the game. But it feels like in court, though, everything is put on the defense attorney. Is that how it is? Like, the defense attorney has to prove everything. The accused never, the prosecutors never talk to the witnesses. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. Okay. But it's not a table clock, is it? I mean, it looks like it has a clock mechanism, probably. But I feel like the contradiction here has to be that it's not actually a clock he saw. It's gotta be the statue. Objection! Yes. Haha. The way to tell if you got it right, if the music stops playing when you present, you got it right. If it keeps going, you got it wrong. And there's a health bar in the corner. You will lose points and you can lose the game that way. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yeah, I do. Did you catch it? He said it's a mechanism in the neck. When you tilt it, it says the time. So you have to move it to hear the time. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went to the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Did they not dust for fingerprints? His prints would be on it. You're very right. I think later on they go more in detail with the scientific forensic stuff, but this one's pretty basic. I don't think they did prints at all. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, okay, he's wearing gloves. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. This is a Phoenix Wright game. It's all baseless conjecture. Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Shut up! I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn! Give him death! Oh, man. Whenever you get close to the truth, it always drives the witness batty. They always lose their mind. It's fantastic. You mean the witness doesn't throw his toupee at the attorney? That's not realistic? Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! Ha! You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. Oh, wow. I don't think they cussed in the original game. Did they? I don't remember that. I was so close. Mr. Wright? It seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness, unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sowett. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. I think I lost his voice somewhere there. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Come on, isn't there? Not so fast, Mr. Sowett. Chief! Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right. And you think of a reason as to why the clock would be slow. It's because she was out of the country. Different time zones. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, Wright. Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder? Have you found evidence? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves the clock was running slow. It's her passport. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sowett? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? I think he just died. I think our witness just died. Order, I say. We got him. One case down. Oh, man. Oh, that's pretty great. Though, it always felt weird, but I get the case. All the case matches up. Why did she bring her expensive, fancy clock with her to out of the country? Why? This case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, guilty. Ta-da! Oh, does he show up in the Edgeworth files? I always assumed she bought the clock in Paris. That's probably what happened. That makes the most sense. It turns out that Frank Sowett was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sowett let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. He's so unlucky in love. Whew! I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. What? Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone. Gone forever. Larry, she was nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yeah, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Okay, wait. Oh, man. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. Oh, so she got it from him. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Squeeze me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him. Huh? Oh, yeah. Take that! Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You know, you need a clock, so you carry a big heavy statue in your suitcase. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. One sec, I think my mom is calling. Apparently Gandalf was getting a taste of his own medicine in the other room. The dog was tormenting him. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry... Is she supposed to be calling him Harry? His name's Larry, isn't he? I don't know. I guess maybe that's part of the joke. Oh. Hello, everybody hopping in. I haven't said hello to everybody. You were saying you became a lawyer because of him. Yeah, partly at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. This game series is so sad, but so good. Yeah! Ah, this one's really sad. Larry x Nick. Nah, man, I'm all for Nick and Edgeworth all the way. Just wait. I don't know if you've played these games, Jeff, but wait till you meet Edgy. I love him. He should be in this one, I think? Probably. Hello, this is Maya. Hey, Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been busy. How have you been? Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you. Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping it here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now. You know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence? Well, there's a possibility it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office, say 9, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner, something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. All right, it's a deal. Okay, sis, see you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Very true, Akatsuki. In Ace Attorney, everyone really is shipped with everyone. They all have such great... I guess it's the dynamic that the characters build in the courtroom situation where they're playing off each other and working with each other. The attorneys and the prosecutors all have some really great shipping dynamics. But especially, like, Edgeworth and Phoenix, it's ridiculous. Now, Miss Faye, I'll take what's mine. The papers! I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Faye, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the Thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? Ho, you are not cogniferous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Ho, my dear Miss Faye, I am so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Faye. Red, white, blue. Hey, Joe. You want me to play Grim Fandango? I actually don't own that one, but I've considered getting it. I'll have to look into it. What system I could get it on? Let's see here. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Oh, I guess I can just go ahead and move. That smell. Blood. Sis. Someone's there. Oh. Chief? Chief! Chief! Game gonna make me cry. Who are you? Oh. Oh boy. They are a letter away from being the girls from Fatal Frame 2! That's funny, because they have some, backstory that has to do with ghosts. The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally, she was cold. Chief. Has anyone called the police? Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. So clearly, some kind of struggle. Chief, it's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. Again. That statue has some bad luck. Would I get the chance to play My Big Sister during October? I've never heard of it. I want to check it out. I have some games planned for October, and honestly, I probably have enough at this point, because there's so many, and I've picked up a lot of horror games recently. I'm gonna have to post a full list at some point. Aw, really? Both the cats are just out of frame of the cameras. Alright. Got some shards. A piece of paper. It's fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Maya. Uh-oh. A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. It's encrusted with dry blood. How ironic this became the murder weapon again. It's painful to look, but I have to for Mia's sake. Looks like she was hit in the head with a blunt weapon. She probably died instantly. Oh, okay, that's the same thing. It didn't. Okay, check the mark at that time. No clues here. No clues. Okay, we probably... Oh. The chief's chair. Simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. Okay. Seems like a weird thing to comment on right now. Let's see. Oh. Right. I'd better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police? Please, come quick. What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window? She's staring right at me. And she looks ridiculous. She's holding a phone in her hand. God, I forgot about this character. She looks horrible. Oh, man. The Faye & Co. ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra-neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Oh, nope, missed my computer. Surprisingly, the chief was never very good with machines. About all she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. What I was about to say is, what time period are we in? I feel like it's before cell phones, given we haven't seen a single one. The phone receiver is missing a few screws. I'd better not use it. Okay, so that's it. Anything else? All the chief's important documents are packed here. This is where she filed her case records and rulings. Alright, so clearly the statue had the stuff in it. I'm not seeing, it's not mentioning any stuff right now, so I don't know that we can do anything else in here right now. Other than, well, I guess we can look at this. Large building right across from the office, the Gatewater Hotel, a luxurious place. Alright, let's move. Okay. They have flip phones in this game. Oh, there you go. Alright. That girl just now, where'd she go? I put her right there on the sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me. Oh, there she is. Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay, I work here. Maya. Maya Faye. Maya Faye? Maya. So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Alright, so now we're gonna present the receipt. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name! Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Uh-oh. The coppers! Everybody run! Hey, Delvin. Oh, Gumshoe! Alright, well, no, I gotta think of a voice for this guy. I'm gonna wear my voice out doing all this. What's a good voice for Gumshoe? I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe, what an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. Her pose is so dumb. God, it looks like the cover to like a bad horror movie. Must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, Kay? Great. Just great. Maya, wait, she wouldn't have... Nah. Whoa! Excuse me! Eek! This word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. All the detectives in this series are so dense. They're really dense, but Gumshoe means well. Killer? I'm not... Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Uh-oh. Is he a detective or a fridge? Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around, waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. Oh, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Well, they do think she's a murderer. How old is she here? Probably late teens. Hello. It's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. I would be too if I was arrested and my sister was murdered in the same night. That's a pretty horrible night. Emma's not dense, she's quite smart. True, I don't think of her as a detective, but you're right, she is one. I think of her as, like, a scientist first, I guess, but she is a detective. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Aww. I'd better give it to her straight. It's up to you. Up to me? Yes, I don't think this is something I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here. They're never going to believe me. Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I'd done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought... It's okay, I understand. Maya, no. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the seat. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. Huh, so he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. Aww. He really... Those two? The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh, sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Aww. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia, God, I'm gonna mix that up so much. I know. Oh. There's something I've been wanting to ask. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. So you're an acolyte, a medium in training. That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Pretty sure that's like a Japanese thing. I remember reading something about how it was really believed that the women were more attuned to the spirit world. I don't remember why that was true, but I'm pretty sure that's like a cultural thing. Hey, I see Surfin has joined us. I haven't said hello to a lot of folks today because I've been reading all this, but hello everyone joining us. Wait a second, you said the Fae family. So Mia was into this stuff too? Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class, too. I had no idea. You probably don't go around telling your coworkers you can talk to ghosts. Wait, what? So you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that? Yes, in training. Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We could just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry, I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes, that clock shaped like the Thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes, I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah, I forgot how to delete those things. What do you mean delete? Phones don't normally record all your conversations. Well, I guess if your older sister's an attorney... that's still a little weird. So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Huh? Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me? Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry, leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. And visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Man, that is pretty quick, huh? Grossberg Law Offices. Interesting name. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. Must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. I wonder if I should look at anything. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Huh. Yeah, I don't think there's anything, like, super important here. I think it's all just Richie Rich stuff. Table for clients. An elegant ebony case. And a lighter made of gold. Even I can tell someone's got money to burn. So in other words, this dude is hella rich. Hello, Lord Ice. Welcome. Hey, Kawaii. Anybody else I've missed? Thanks for joining us. We're not too far into our journey, to defend the innocent. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? I guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right. And you were... Detective Suede Shoes. I don't remember having so many choices in this game, like, dialogue-wise. I wonder if they added that in. Or it's just been so long that I've played these. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. God, poor guy. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you'd better do it quick. Phew, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Oh, man. About Miss Faye, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright. You can see the report, but that's all. Oh, good. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win. Why do you say that? Yay! It's one of my favorite characters. I love this guy so much. I really identified very heavily with he has a really sad backstory, and I really identified with his kind of coming of age. So he's just my favorite. The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain, he doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Aw, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So, Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Yay! He just flexes his chest. Yeah, the characters all have, like, a set amount of actions they can do, and one of them, I think, is his is going, puffing his chest up. An old movie poster. Apparently, this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. Aw. I'll check it out one of these days. Mia's favorite potted plant. I remember it had this bizarre name no one could ever remember. Cordyline stricta, pal. Who was that? Is that its name? I remember the plant had a name. I don't remember what it was. Oh, you're right. I do need to present some stuff. I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. Do you think you could give it back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me. Tell him straight. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh, you know, it's just, you know, detective. Nope, I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. The cell phone holds all a little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive. You're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here. You can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there after all. Seems you didn't notice the recorded conversation. Alright. You all done, pal? Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you'd better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. How could you forget? That image. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. June, July. Sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? Sent her home already, huh? You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. Gandalf, don't sit on the desk.
Dandy. No.
So, she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try and get a detective to leak information. This poor man. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Alright, so I think we can go. I don't think there's anything else to look at here. So yeah, we'll go over here. 303! It was almost room 302. Well, hello there, handsome. Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting, I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. It will be you. I am 99% certain it will be you. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey! What are you doing? No touching. Ooh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? I thought she was gonna explode for a second there. Wonder what could be hiding inside the drawer. Yeah, very clearly she is hiding something. I remember there's something about her. I don't know what screwdriver in a drawer is. There were screws taken off the phone case. I don't know. She was over here. That couldn't happen. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Ooh, observe, incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Oh my god. Why is she posing like that? I think it's supposed to be like a cute kitty pose, you know? Like a kitty cat. She looks goofy, but most characters in Phoenix Wright look goofy. You know that thing that happened the other day? The bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please? Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh boy. Could you just... Who exactly are you? Ooh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me? No. Hey, I'm just doing my job here. Tee-hee. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is you do? Well, no. Tee-hee. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh boy. She's gonna be so much fun. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Ooh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television. Oh no, not me. I'm just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh boy. I guess that was supposed to be a slam. Bottle and 2 glasses. Somebody must be staying with her. Yeah, so clearly she's not alone. And there's a screwdriver in a drawer. Should that be still life? Whatever. One of those is hanging on the wall. Flowers are fake. Okay. I don't know that there's... The late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fay & Co. offices building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though. So she could see it, but she probably couldn't see a face. Okay. She's not alone. She's hiding something about a screwdriver. But she probably did see something. It's not a complete lie. Simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching. Okay. I think that's all we're gonna get out of her. Let's see. Oh, she's not gonna do anything about any of that, so I think we're gonna move. Let's see if he's showed up. Is he still gone? Oh, here we go. Ahem! If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Ha-ha! So, you're the one they say has been looking for me? Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. I wouldn't use that word to describe him. That badge on your collar! Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you? And how come you're so rich? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it! Well, sir, actually it's about Maya Fey. Ooh, that's a guilty face. Ah, yes, Maya Fey. Go on. Why the strange reaction? Ah-cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? Yeah, definitely suspicious. This guy would be perfect to be Brock's grandfather from Pokemon. Oh, man. What's the blue thing by the plant? Is there a blue thing? Or maybe did you mean the other room? May have to go back and check that. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is. Alright, let's talk to him. You're refusing. How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case. Well, you see, it's just I'm busy, you see. But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. Grumble. Think not. Huh? Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Is it because of Edgeworth? That can't be true, because then he would never have an enemy in a case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I've nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? How did you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. Huh. That's quite a painting. Aha! You noticed? It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it. Not even to you. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. This guy is ridiculous. Are they trying to frame Wright? No, they're definitely trying... I don't know. Okay, so Mia had evidence, and somebody came and demanded she give it to them, and they killed her and framed her sister. And no one's willing to take the case. No lawyer in town's willing to take the case. So I think, and part of this is based also on very vague, fuzzy memories of this case. I think somebody has blackmail on the lawyers, or somebody in like some powerful player is at play here, and all the people in the know are backing out because they know it would be dangerous. All right. Can I present anything to you? Probably not. I don't think I have anything to present to you. So I guess we'll go back to the detention center. Gotta tell her he said no. Hiya. Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? Or... I see. I've been abandoned, then. Not by me, you haven't! Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see, that morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the thinker clock Larry made. It practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. I didn't actually know you could smell blood. I guess if there's enough of it in the vicinity, you would smell blood. I've never smelled blood. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is. Don't know? So she could still... Excuse me. She could still be alive? I'm gonna check this real quick. You guys are useless. I bought a whole new camera to show off you guys, and Gandalf is actually, now that I look, he's under the tripod. He is sleeping underneath the camera. I wonder if I can get the webcam out to show you guys. This is funny. I don't know that I can. Oh, there it goes. Can you see? There's the tripod. And there's the fat boy right under it. The little jerk. The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. Remember how I said these games always have like a larger case that goes across multiple cases? The incident, I'm pretty sure, is the background of this one. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain. So, you live by yourself? Yes, I've gotten used to it. Poor girl. Also, I had to become independent, or I would lose my powers. I feel bad for her all by herself up on that mountain. So who was this man who ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try and contact the victim. Wow, so what happened? The case was solved, we thought. You thought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with a medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother, became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. White? Excuse me, White? That was his name. My sister told me. White? Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? Yep, game's over. Wonder what happens if you pick that? I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. Why? Why? Well, I can't abandon you. No one is as sad as a person without any friends. Aww. Phoenix, I know, I've been there a long time ago. Oh, my boy. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. My precious boy. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. My precious child. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right, thank you. Whew, she smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes! And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look in the drawer she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. I wonder if I can go back and if she'll be there still. Let's go... Ooh, no, that's not what I wanted. Let's go back to her room. Maybe she left. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are... I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no. Hey! Why does it seem like every time I come up here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around. Duh! Ah, I almost forgot. Ah! You came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May there's a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Ah, Mr. White of Blue Corp. Oh, because when she died, didn't she say red, white, blue? Something's up there. Where have I heard that name? White. That was his name. My sister told me. So clearly he's up to no good. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Well, there's probably more than one person with the last name White, but in this game, definitely not a coincidence. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open door. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Aha! There's definitely something suspicious about Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this. I know it. Alright. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy, still there? Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. God, I love Phoenix. He's so cute. Okay, while we have the chance and it's saving, we're gonna step away for a second. And I'm gonna grab a quick snack, and then we will continue. I at least want to finish this particular mission, and then maybe we'll start another one. I don't know, see how everybody feels. We'll be right back. continue. I will turn that off and... Oh, come on. Wait a minute. Huh. I may have to look at that camera, because Bob is sitting on my bed right now, but he's not showing up in camera, so clearly it's not working. Oh, well. Hello, Nathan. Is this a blind play? I've played all these games before, but it has been many, many years, so my memories of them are incredibly muddled. I mostly remember, like, the big events. All right. You see a kitty? Yes. So I put a pillow where he was laying underneath the tripod, so now he has to sit somewhere else. Sorry, buddy. Oh, Edgeworth! God, the sprites don't look as... Like, for the most part, I'm really enjoying this, and I'm so glad they put it on here. But their answer to having to update the background screens from the pixelated kind of DS screen to the Switch was to make it look all kind of flat and painted. I don't know, like, for the most part, it looks alright, but that one screen that shows the courtroom just looks awful. I am not a fan of that screen. The prosecution, oh goodness, I have to have a voice for Edgeworth. I don't know if I can do a voice for Edgeworth. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Why would he be that deep? I don't know. I'll have to figure out my Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. My Phoenix is just me, because he speaks too much for me to do a voice. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court... Excuse me, now I got the hiccups. Please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call out our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Oh, thank you, Nathan. You're right, Akatsuki. Edgeworth gets a much better outfit later. Turn this down a little bit. There it goes. This is not his best look. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by the window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. I wonder if that's going to be important this time, too. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. No. Bad. You're being such a bad kitty today. Please testify to the court about this evidence. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Hey! Hey, I'm gonna put you on trial for crimes against my curtains, mister. Why are you being so rambunctious tonight, huh? 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 Bad boy. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. That's probably not true. The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Oh. Huh. Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. This should end with Gumshoe being suspended. No! Gumshoe means well. Alright. Who did you say got a call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure if it did much, though. Please continue. 2 people there already. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and you arriving on the scene? Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us who the 2 people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir. The defendant. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point. Why is that? Why did you arrest her? Oh, okay, he didn't say anything else. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. This could be a comedy routine. Just what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, detective. Do you have any solid proof? Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, detective. Let's hear your testimony again. It's gonna be the receipt with her name on it, for sure. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be fake, and I'm also pretty sure every time that is used in Ace Attorney, it's always fake. I'm pretty sure every time somebody wrote the name, it was always faked by the bad guy. Never did it for real. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Oh, Dick. Hello, folks jumping into the chat. Sorry if I haven't said anything. Let's check and see if our... Oh yeah, the cat cam is still broken, so there's no point in checking it. Ugh. Bet you it's because I think one of the cords must have come unplugged. Damn it. After securing the suspect... Press. And did you find any evidence? Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen, I'm getting to the good part. Okay, so I shouldn't have... Okay, found a memo and the word Maya. Showed the blood of the victims, and there was blood on the victim's finger. Before she died, she wrote the killer's name. Okay. What contradicts that? Oh! She died immediately! She couldn't have written the name. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note, that she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order, order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. God, this is a meme in Ace Attorney fandom. The autopsy report is outdated. Edgeworth always friggin'... Oh, we have a new one. God. Diana, you have a point, but that's the whole plot of this series is the corruption behind the scenes. That's not necessarily this detective's fault. There's other things at play, but we'll get into that. A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way. Probably because you blackmailed or cajoled someone into writing it that way. Oh, Edgeworth. You get better, I know. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? I almost want to say all of these. I really want to say all of these. Heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Grr. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion. Darn, This isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Did she? Edgeworth is... Okay, listen. For those who don't know, Edgeworth very much has a redemption arc, and there's a lot of sad, shitty stuff in his background. He's definitely an asshole right now, and he's not our friend. But he will become one of the best characters in this series, and he and Phoenix have a great relationship. But it starts out so sad. Exactly what part of her is innocent? I honestly put Edgeworth's redemption arc up there with Zuko, to be honest. Oh, they're both really good. Witness, your name, please. April May. At your service. Wink. God, her pose! Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Aw, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room. Tee-hee. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Faye & Co. law offices. Yeah, that's alright, big boy. Please testify to what you saw. Oh my lord. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Seriously, Gandalf, what is up with you tonight? I think I put you on some calming meds or something. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Oh my god, her boobs jiggled. Well, Your Honor. I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony, is it? I don't see a need to trouble the witness any... Wait! What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay, let's... Okay, so it was 9 when this happened. See you tonight at 9? Okay, that was 9 a.m. Okay. It's 9 at night. Okay. It's gotta be something about the angle of the room. She looked out the window, saw a woman being attacked. The one attacking her was the girl. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. The girl, she caught up to her, and I don't think she could have... I think the contradiction's gotta be the room. Like, how could she... Where could she have dodged to? I guess the lamp? Okay, if she was... She was at the desk, probably, and jumped out of the chair to try and run away. They struggled in the corner. She ran right, and that's when he got her. And she was slumped under the window. I was wrong, damn it. Lost some health. Okay. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to press some things and see what she says. Let's see about this. She dodged what? Well, the attack. Please, continue your testimony. Okay, so that did nothing. How did you know it was my client? Huh? Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her? She has a point. Hold on a minute, that testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that. Did you really see the defendants? I bet you she didn't. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yeah, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Yeah, true. Maya does look kind of weird. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But still, we don't know if she was dressed that way that night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Rawr! What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. Boobs! Every time the boobs! I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Oh, man. Damn, I almost had her. Here we go. I did see everything. I did. Should I do her testimony like this? The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that kind of statuey clock, the thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Tee-hee. Oh, God, I feel horrible. I feel like I need a shower. I only wish you'd been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. She did see everything. Victim dodged and ran to the right. Yeah, that probably makes sense. I just don't know where she's... I guess they both had to be in the window. So dodged to the right. I guess she could have. And the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her and hit her with the weapon. That clock. Wait a minute, but how would she know it was a clock from a distance? Hey, Fire Jace, welcome. Aha, I was right. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. You just said this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Ooh. The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew! That was close. He stopped me there. The trial would be over. Huh? What? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's because I heard it? Yeah, I heard it say the time. So you've been to the law offices of Faye & Co. No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. This woman's an idiot. The law offices of Faye & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, obviously not. She heard it through the wiretap, for sure. She for sure heard it through the wiretap. Can't give up now. Not satisfied because... Right, it couldn't have rung! She said the batteries were out! Members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just take a look, right now. See anything interesting, Your Honor? It's as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Got him. Hello, Michael. Welcome. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It's as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May? God, Edgeworth. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. But we have proof. The phone call proves it was removed that morning. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been empty after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Ho, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is the phone. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Ooh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Convenient. Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. Ugh. A good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker, if you could. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. Ha-ha! Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was reported. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Aha! Gotcha! Well, Miss May, who would you care to I can't read. Would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know the weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Nope. Yes. The The witness claims she's seen it before, but she can't because it's handmade. This directly contradicts the evidence. It's simple. This clock was never in any store. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Now they're both in police custody. Impossible! Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. He's on a roll. Oh, excuses not on sale today? I think we got her. She's gonna flip out. Aw, damn it, I got low battery. Oh my god. She is not happy. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Wow, she went pretty bad. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Oh. Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Teehee. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? God, she's not happy. Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... I don't think she was the killer, though. I really don't. She doesn't seem murdery. But how would she have heard about it? Dementia? Okay. Okay, if there was a conversation in the room between Mia and a mysterious figure we didn't see talking about the clock, and she had a wiretap in her hotel room. She heard it through the wiretap. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. Heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. This is interesting. Let's see it then. Wiretap! Have a look at this. That? I found this in Miss May's room, where I illegally entered and searched and stole this from her room. Shh, don't say anything. Explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, weren't you? Ooh. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone the weapon was a clock is... It's this. It's the phone call, right? It's totally the phone call. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation. What's up? Haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to. Again, what is it this time? It's a clock, made to look like the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Objection!
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shh! shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. Yeah, she's, showing her colors. It's not fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Yeah, I don't think she did it. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant? Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. That does seem like a huge connection. He has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that, and of course I can and I will. What does that mean? Okay. You can't be serious, no way. Way, I say, way. Oh, I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. That's not really how that works. Think I'm making it up? Ask the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. So where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. But that's a huge coincidence that you've seen a murder of someone you were also wiretapping. There's no way that's not connected. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're gonna let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, think of something. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already. Objection! I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. Geez, all or nothing, huh? What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. The tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening for our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. Look at him! Look at him eyeing her up! And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. That's suspicious. That she calls an hour early to ask for coffee on the dot at the time of the crime. And we saw the wine bottle. There were 2 people in there, for sure. Definitely. Why does he come with food? A lot of the characters in this series will come with whatever accoutrements are associated with them. Wait till we get, one day we'll have to stream Dual Destinies. The prosecutor in that game has a bird, and the bird just attacks the judge and the defendant and the witnesses all the time. It's hilarious. Oh, man. It's the epitome of how ridiculous this game can get. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. He's gotta be able to prove there were 2 people there, which makes her suspicious immediately that she didn't say there was 2 people. I'm the head bellboy. Believe I received a call. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in her stunning radiance, I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and I... The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. I don't remember that being in the original game. I wonder if that was added in, or if maybe the older games were censored in some way. Hello, Big Bofa Tofu. Oh, man. Oh, Don Potts, you're intrigued by this series? Good, it's a very good series. And at least the first 3 games are easily available if you have a Switch or a DS. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. Hold it! On the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed the details several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9, the time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May. Why do I want to keep saying Misty May? To our guest, Miss May herself. Hold it! Precisely 9. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? Cover up a, a alibi. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. You are sure it was her? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. I don't think you get to decide if that's endearing. How come you're so certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, she, the guest, sir, favored me with an embrasseur, sir. Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never, ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Wait. Please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Objection!
Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay, this is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? No. Chicken? No. It's gotta be the room service, right? Yeah, she got room service. Again, sir. At exactly 9, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. I see. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know. And we don't skip on the ice, sir. We got him! What did he say? What did you say? Rather quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? Objection! I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite. Indeed, it was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oh! Got you being sleazy, Edge! You fool! Mm-hmm. I've done it! I've won! Well, not quite yet. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple, it was the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup. But it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all for today, for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Whew! Did it! Forgot how scummy AA1 Edgeworth was. Yeah, he starts out as a huge jerk. How does Edgelord have a lawyer's license after this? This whole series is about corruption, and it starts with Edgeworth, and we learn more about it through him. Oh, man. But he has a really great redemption arc. Hang in there. I mean, sure, he's being horrible right now, but he comes around. He is my favorite. I love him. You were amazing in there! Really? Aw. I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, sends shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May, he's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe. Sis... Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued! Alright, we're gonna take one more break, and then we'll finish this mission. I think we have a day of exploration, and then the final bit of the trial. So probably an hour, hour and a half, I think. We'll keep going with this one. It's not a super long game. Probably takes like 3-4 hours to beat each quest, and then probably 12 hours to beat the whole game. But there is 3 games in this, so it'll take us a while to get through them all. So I'll be right back. I'm actually gonna make this bigger. There we go. And finally, I put the kitties, what I did was I moved the working camera to look at the kitties on the bed. So now we see them. Yay. I forgot both the controllers were like dying. They're like, help me, I'm dying. And they definitely will probably not last another hour. So I'm going to give them like 5 minutes to sit there and charge while I drink my new cup of coffee. Oh, just wait until we get to my favorite prosecutor. All he does is drink coffee. All of my favorite characters are prosecutors. Nah, I really like Phoenix too. He's a good guy. Phoenix is a very typical kind of shonen protagonist, always believes in everyone and always manages to pull through, which is very endearing. I really like him. Oh, man. Ooh, playing Spyro, Pokemon, and Link's Awakening next month, huh? I heard it came out today and it was very good. That and the Goose Game, which sounded cute, but I'm not gonna buy either of those for a little while. I gotta save my money. Did my hair color change? No, is that possibly the light? My hair is brown and blonde. It's originally brown, but I dyed the top of it. But as it grows out, the roots get dark, so maybe that's the confusion. Or maybe I don't know, I'm a mystical creature that changes hair color. But no, my natural hair color is very dark, so that's probably what you're remembering. But it is probably the lighting. I actually can't use my green screen in the traditional way. I bought it to, cut out the thing behind me, but my hair is so bright and the light reflecting on it translates as green screen, so it puts the screen on my head. Which looks ridiculous. So, oh well, just using it as a background for now until my hair grows out, I guess. Still too hot. Oh man. At least we got kitties now. Yay. Kitties. Here, let me see if I can. While we're waiting, why not do this? Let me see if I can. Aha! It's a very shitty camera, as you can tell. It was like $8 at a used place. Let me see. Hello. Hello. Kiki. How about you, Bob? You gonna play? Yeah. You got me. You little goof. You little goof. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab these. There we go. Well, if we have to take another break and charge them a little bit, we will, but I think they should last for another hour, probably. I really should buy a backup pair. These things are frickin' expensive. All controllers are. Grr. There we go. Much better. Detention center. Let me guess. We're talking yep. Well, hello. I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place as this. It's really quite moving. Not, you stinking lawyer. I hope you die. Have you come to laugh? Yes, laugh at the fallen Miss May. No, not really. There's something I wanted to ask. Unfortunately, there is nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head? Here we go again. Please, you're scaring the security guard. So, what is it you wish to ask of me then? For starters, how did you get to be so totally whacked? About the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Come on. No way, Jose. Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. I'm probably gonna have to come back and bribe her into talking, I presume. I just don't see how she's gonna agree to talk to me at all right now. I have the voice down. I hope so. I've not done this much voice work in quite a while. I hope it's not annoying or bad or anything. I'm definitely better at those kind of like gaspy voices. I've never tried British before today. That was interesting. I don't want to examine. I want to move. I need to talk to somebody else before I talk to her. I don't have any dirt on her. Move those. Aw. Bob just ran up and tried to play with Pippin. Cute. Ah, welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself. Oh, thanks. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. No, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewaters rep, as they say. As the youth says. Rep? Yes, our reputation was swell as the hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course. It will be great for business, sir. Whoa, Miss May hasn't been charged with murder. I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee. Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream? So, you are our honored guest. Please let me know if there is anything I can bring you. About Miss May. Oh, her? Sir, not to boast, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it, I said. Do what? I'm starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy. I wanted to ask you about the man who was with Miss May. Ah, yes. He struck me as the real lady killer, if you'll pardon the expression. Oh, that's in poor taste. I knew the moment I saw him, sir. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carry the scent of danger. There we are, in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy. If you had a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I could identify him. A photo, Could you tell me about this hotel? Absolutely, and on that subject, I have an excellent idea, sir. Currently, this hotel is known as the Gatewater. I propose we add a subtitle. Subtitle? Can a bellboy do that? The Gatewater Hotel, Murder Manor. Well, what do you think? Sounds great. Whatever floats your tea set. Oh, man. Alright, let's see. I doubt there's anything else really I need to look at in here. It was the bellman? No, I don't think it was him. I think there's somebody that's got... Oh! We gotta talk to... Look! Look! He said he wasn't gonna sell that painting. Where did it go? He said he wasn't gonna sell the painting. Huh, looks like Grossberg is out today. Again. Maybe he's avoiding me for some reason. I wonder. Huh. What is this? Old photos. There are two lying here. Something's been written in pencil on the back. DL6 Incident Exhibit A, DL6 Incident Exhibit B. Let's take a look at these. I'm sure I've seen this person somewhere. Perhaps I'll borrow this photo. I'm sure no one will miss just one little photo. And it might be a valuable clue. I'll take it for now. Huh. Ooh! gonna leave it alone. Okay, so I need to come back for that photo when I'm done using the other one. Wait a second. Wasn't there a giant painting hanging on that wall? And he said it was worth millions of dollars. Why did he suddenly get rid of it? This guy is very suspicious. Am I playing this for the first time? No. But it has been many years. So my memories are incredibly vague. I remember like the DL6, I remember that was something to do with Edgeworth. I remember big plot points, but I do not remember like the cases or anything really. Yeah, there was a painting of Marvin Grossberg. I think it was Flower? No. There was a dude in it. But was he fishing? Huh. Alright, well I guess we're gonna move. I feel like he's suspicious, but I don't feel like he did it. Because then why, if he did it, why would he be afraid to be her attorney? It would almost be safer for him to be the attorney of the defense if he was guilty. But if he's not guilty, why would he be so afraid to be her attorney? Hi, buddy. You want to come up? Come on. Looks like forensics is taking the day off today. Detective Gumshoe's nowhere in sight. The police really are giving this place a look over. I doubt there's any valuable clues left. Suppose it can't hurt to look, though. I guess. No, there's no... I can't turn or anything, so... I think, you're right, Tofu. I need to take the other picture first. Because I bet you I can show it to that cheerleader lady. I bet you that's the guy that was with her. He does not look like what I would describe as a lady killer. Oh, maybe. Maybe he's... he could kill some ladies with a knife. Maybe this guy. Take a look at this photo. That's him, detective. I'm the lawyer. Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once. You know how it is. No, I don't. Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. How about I write an affidavit swearing that that's him? An affidavit? This guy is way too excited about this. Well, sure, why not? Yes! I've always wanted to write an affidavit, sir. From henceforth, I will be known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit. Just hurry up and write it. Nice. Not even Miss May can play dumb to this. Nice. Okay, so we can go and present it to her, and now she'll have to tell us about him. You again? Can't you take a hint and stay gone? Hey, the only reason I'm back here is because you won't talk to me. Oh, so it's my fault now? You don't just have spiky hair, you also have a spiky heart. That does it. When this case is done, I'm shaving my head. I'm shaving my head. Oh. Could you have a look at this? What's that? The bellboy's affidavit. It tells us everything he saw, such as the man you checked in with. Who was most definitely this guy? Now I'm getting somewhere. This is it. All or nothing. Time to do a little bluff. No use playing dumb, if indeed that's an act. If you don't talk, I'm taking this info to the press! What? Even though he should have been witness to murder, your little friend was missing. I'm sure the press would have a field day with his reputation. Ooh, fine, I'll talk. You win, lawyer. Yes. Man, that felt good. It's great to be alive. Why are you pumping your fists in the air? Now, tell me about the man you were with. That man. He's my boss. Wright, the president of the information gathering conglomerate Blue Corp. Wright. Information gathering? Well, I suppose you could call it a detective agency. So this is the man that was with you the night of the murder. I'm I'm scared to talk. I don't want to end up like her. It's okay. I'll just ask Mr. White himself. Can you tell me where Blue Corp is located? Aha. Remember when the cutscene at the beginning of this mission, it showed Mia saying red, white, blue. Finally a lead on this guy. If April May couldn't have done it, that leaves him. Time to take action. Alright, so now I think we can go back. I'm gonna go ahead and go back and change the pictures. Ahem! That familiar clearing of the throat. Aha! You again. Hello, Mr. Grossberg. Well, well. You were quite the thing, my boy. Excuse me? The trial! The trial! He was there? Reminded me of myself when I was a youth. I guess something got passed down through Mia, maybe. It brings back memories, it does. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. I apologize. It was all a bit too much for me, my boy. Seeing you today, I appreciate the reminiscing, but I'd much rather you gave me some information. So you came to see the trial. Yes, yes, I did. Something was bothering me all last night, you see. I couldn't get a wink of sleep. Really, what was that? Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, that poor girl. My boy, I owe you my thanks, truly. I don't know what I would have done if things had gone poorly for the girl. If you were that worried about it, why didn't you offer to defend her? I asked before, but why did you refuse her request? I think I have a right to know. A right, Mr. Wright? No, I'm sorry. It's just, I need more time to think about it, my boy. He does seem troubled about something. Maybe I can find something that will inspire him to talk. The other day, I'm sure there was a big, pretentious-looking painting on the wall. Pretentious-looking? Well, you know, the one I mean. Anyway, where did it go? Ah, yes, well, I got rid of it. Got quite tired of the thing, really. I, sold it, you see? Yes, that's right. Sold it? I'm not sure I buy that. Wasn't that painting rather important to you, sir? Did something happen? I don't see how it's any of your business. Please, speak no more of that accursed painting. So clearly he did not want to get rid of that. Oh, the picture's gone. Huh. I wonder if I can present the picture to him. If he'll say anything about it. Excuse me, I was wondering about this photograph. Where did you get that? Give it back at once. I'm sorry to have taken it without your knowledge, but I have to know, who is this man? He was most likely in April May's room the night of the murder. What's that you say? Are you quite sure, my boy? What has him so flustered? I beg your pardon, but I must ask you to leave. I need to be alone. He's fallen silent as a stone. Or rather, large stone. I guess I should return that photo. Alright. Let's go ahead and talk to the asshole himself. Oh, well, there you go. There's the frickin' painting. That is suspicious. What's with the surreal decor? Welcome, please furnish me with the title of your personage. Your name, what's your name? I was just inquirably asking the title that you go by. Wright, Phoenix Wright. Inquirably? Mr. Wright, is it? Right, I see. Splendiferous. Perhaps I have intimidated you with my gigantesque vocabulary. What is this guy's problem? I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Corp. You know, corporate expansion official. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite. so I'm afraid I am not used to conversing with the wordily challenged. What a fruitcake is right! Let me guess. You are an attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation for why you would come to meet me like this. What does he mean by that? No matter. So, what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself? Yipes, this guy's arrogance meter is off the scale. Yeah, I don't like this dude. This guy is definitely our murderer, right? Like, we all know this is our murderer, right? Miss May is an employee of Blue Corp, is she not? Correct. She was my secretariat. What a shock it was to hear what she has done. What she has done? You mean the wiretap? Indeed, she is paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties, but I assure you we do not condone illegal methods. Sure. It is ineffable that she would do this. Sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat. On the night of the murder, were you in April May's hotel room? Who can say I seldom pay attention to mundane details such as time and place. My motto is, don't worry, be happy. Did you steal that from a fish? Still, Mr. Wright, the hotel bellboy has stated on the record he remembers you very clearly. No matter. The bellboy can say what he pleases. I still won't talk to you. If you want me to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that. He raises a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? He should have seen the same thing as April May. Oh, the police, the courts. To me, they are mere toys, playthings for my amusement. Oh boy. What kind of company is Blue Corp anyway? Ah, excellent question. We buy and sell various kinds of information. We are a company of the future. You might say we are the future. Sell information? In just 10 years, I've built this business up into the grand office you see now. Ah, in case you were wondering, Blue Corp was named after the color blue. I, Red White of Blue Corp, as founder and CEO, named it so. And why, you ask? Because I like the color blue, of course. Fantabulistic, is it not? This guy is a nut job. There's something that's been bothering me. Yes, what might that be? The big painting on the wall over there. You know, I've actually seen that painting before. Oh? Just yesterday, actually. Your point being? My point is simple. Well, rather, my question is simple. Why is that painting hanging on your wall? Mr. Wrong, was it? Right. It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I ask again, who are you? A lawyer? No, my feeble friend, a mere lawyer. Worth nothing. Zilch, zippo, nada. Just like that sorry excuse for an attorney, Groidyburger. What? Oof. He punched me. Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Charge away, I welcome it. For it is you who will be found guilty. What? Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they do my bidding. So you say. But I wonder, is that kind of control really possible? I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your compensation. You came here from Groidyburgers, I presume. Mr. Grossberg's, yes. Then you must ask him, why is it that this painting of his hangs here? Perhaps then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for personal profit. Go now, skedaddle. There is nothing more to discuss. I cannot wait to put this man in all of prison. I cannot wait to put you into the prison immediately. What a ass. Huh? I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat? Ahem. Jumping Jehoshaphat's! Oh, you. You look pensive like a man at the end of his days. I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess. Something's really bothering him, that much is clear. So, I paid Blue Corp a visit. Oh, I see. Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something has been bothering me. Oh, what is it? Well, out with it, my boy! You see, it's just... Mr. Grossberg, sir, there was a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? The one you said you had no intention of parting with. Well, I saw it today. It was in the CEO's office at Blue Corp, Red White's office. So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting. Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow. Connected, you say? Yes, and I know what it is. You're lovers?! Mr. White has something on you, doesn't he? Blackmail? Yep. I think that painting is fairly gaudy proof. Very well. This may be the chance I've been waiting for. Maybe it's time to get this off my chest so I can finally rest easy again. After all, you were Mia's understudy. Perhaps it was fate. What's he talking about? Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Corp is a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now. 15 years? All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed. The name on the back of those photographs. As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It is hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red White will be nigh on impossible. Impossible? Why? He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians. What? They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many years. What is the DL6 incident? DL6 is nothing more than the sorting code the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium. A medium? Her name was Misty Fay. Fay! Indeed, she was Mia's mother. She had been investigating a murder at the bequest of the police, and she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud. This is what Maya was talking about the other day. I did all I could for her, and in the end, cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DL6 incident. But why were you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg? The DL6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out. I told him. You told White? He offered me riches. It is an embarrassment to me now. Because I talked, the police were mocked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White heard about it, and he came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail. I see. White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. Mia's office? She followed his every move for years. She may have been recording something of what she found. Ah. I asked before, but why did you refuse her request for defense? I think I have a right to know. A right, Mr. Wright? Okay, no, I already asked him this. Okay. Oh, good night, Tanya. Do I have any Ace Attorney fanfics? I don't, unfortunately, which I should really fix. Ah, man. Until recently, I'd only played the first 3. I finally got around to playing 4 and 5 just this month. But I'm really enjoying them. Oh, and I had played the Investigations one, too, which is like a side game. Maybe I'll have to write one. It's been a while since I wrote anything. Okay, so where do I want to go? I want to go to the office. It's funny, looking at this room, it seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look. Good night, Diana. Thanks for joining us. Mia's desk, perfectly clean as always. The only thing it's missing is Mia. All the cases the chief ever worked on are filed here. They're in alphabetical order. Let's take a look. Which file should I look at? I guess what was it, D6? Ha! Let's see if there's a record in this file that catches my eye. Should I take a look? Yes. I have tarnished the Fey name, leaving only these words, "My mother vanished." I was determined to find the ones who'd made my mother blame herself in this way. Using the power that runs in my family, I held an audience with the dead. Finally, the names of 2 men surfaced. One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information for riches. The other was the man who sold that information to the press. This parasite who makes his fortune on threats and coercion. His name is... the record stops there. So Mia knew Grossberg. Well, I think we already confirmed that, right? The sky's blue and so am I. There's that hotel right across the way. Mia's favorite potted plant. I guess I'll have to water it now. Aww. Oh, I checked the phone. Is there nowhere else to go? He said check the office. I guess check this. An old movie poster. Apparently, this was the... Yeah, we already read that. Is that everything? Oh. Oh, I could check other folders, duh. Oh no! A collection of suicide reports. There's politicians, policemen. There's writing on most of these in pencil. White? This is Mia's handwriting. Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides. White drove them all to... Ooh. I can use these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one. Oh man. So he drove people to suicide. Can I check the... I want to check the last ones. I mean, probably nothing in it, but why not? Oh, the entire W section is missing. So he definitely came in here and took it, for sure. Okay. Who do I want to talk to now? I guess maybe Grossberg? I found this in Mia's files. So she was investigating Red White as I expected. Well, if you wanted to challenge him, you could present this in court. Not a bad idea. Okay, so that's all he has to say. I guess we're gonna go back here? Is there something to... Oh, here we go. The bellboy seems to be out. Huh? The sound of water coming from the shower. La-di-da! Money-making, money-making! I got the money-making blue... Okay! I guess we'll go over here. Man, what am I supposed to do next? Oh, God, I just noticed his desk. That's horrifying. Well, aren't you persistent? Sorry, but there's something I have to ask you. Mr. Lawyer, I really hate having to repeat myself, but it seems the message has not yet penetrated your thick skull. Stop bothering me. If you try my patience further, I fear a nasty accident may occur. Do I make myself clear? Damn. Okay. Okay, so no, none of this is useful. None of this is... Go away. Okay. So I'm gonna have to present the suicide, I think. This is the only clue Mia left me. I'd better make this one count. Mr. White, see this? It's an article describing the suicide of a politician. He was embezzling secret government funds. Then, one day, word got leaked to the press. The very next day, he took his own life. And this concerns me. How? I found this article in Mia's office. Miss Mia. She had a file filled with articles like this. Every one of them was labeled with a single word. White. Mr. White, I know what you did to this puppy. The suicide cases Mia investigated. This company is built on blackmail. I'm right, aren't I? What a bizarre accusation. Mr. Wrong, what is it that you should be doing now? Investigating me? No, no, no. I think not. You should be searching for the one who killed Miss Mia. Secretary's office, hello. Mr. Wrong will be leaving now. Yes, sir. I'll send someone right away. Wait a second, Mr. White. You are absolutely right. I should be looking for the killer now. And actually, I've done better. I've found him. He's sitting right in front of me. Just what are you insinuating? Mia was onto you. She was keeping tabs. For this reason, you had April May tapping her phone. Then, Mia was murdered, and all the documents about you mysteriously disappeared. So, the culprit would be... Even a child could work it out, Mr. White. You did it. Secretary's office? We won't be needing an escort for Mr. Wrong. Instead, please connect me to the public prosecutor's office. Of course, sir. One moment, please. White, that you? What are you doing calling me at a time like this? Hello, Chief Prosecutor. I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow. What's this about? The Mia Fey case? I witnessed the murder, you see. And thus, as a very important witness, I would like to testify. What? Why now? I thought you said you didn't want to go to court. Quietude. I told you I changed my mind, didn't I? Oh, and one other thing. Send the police over here right away. The man is standing right in front of me. He looks dazed but could be violent. What? What man? Are you even listening? The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator, the killer man. What? Mr. White, this isn't another one of those... Chief Prosecutor, I do not believe you are in a position to freely offer your opinions to me, correct? I'm telling you to send the police now. Holy shit. Did I not tell you, Mr. Wrong? You are a mere lawyer, as was Miss Mia. How dare you? I'll point the finger at you, and you will be tried as Miss Mia's killer. The case is as good as settled. No lawyer of any worth will defend you. I have friends in the local lawyers association, you see. You'll be given a lawyer so stupendously inept that they make even you look competent. I feel faint. Detective Gumshoe reporting, sir. Ah, Butts! Harry Butts! Right, actually. Phoenix Wright. And my friend's name is Larry. Oh, right. Sorry, pal. Butts was that murderer, right? Detective Gumshoe. I present to you the man who killed Miss Mia Fey. What? Take this despicable human being into custody. Farewell, Mr. Wrong. Whew. I can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow. White's going to set a trap for me. And the prosecution will be in on it, of course. Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea. Wright! Mr. Wright! Oh, Maya. Great, they let you out of detention. Just now, yes. It's all thanks to you. Now I'm afraid we've switched places. So what just happened? Basically the rich and powerful guy fingered Phoenix for insulting him, and now Phoenix is the one being put on trial. What? You mean you? I explained what had happened to Maya. I don't believe it. How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother. My sister. And now you. This has gone too far. Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I can do? Well, you could cheer for me in court. Cheer for you? You mean like a cheerleader? Huh? Yeah, like that. All right, leave it to me. Huh? I better go get a uniform and some pom-poms. Wait. What? I'm kidding, it was a joke. No way. No, really, I was kidding, but thanks. It's good to know you're on my side. They're so cute. And there really isn't anything you can do for me anyway. But I can't just sit here and do nothing. I've got to give that man a piece of my mind. Just a piece? Okay, then come to the trial tomorrow. Okay, I'll be there. I'll show them a thing or two. I love her so much. Maya's the best. Times may change, yet with crime it's the same old story. In fact, it's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials. This place real is corrupt. Holy crap, 3 days? Hey Pablo, how long do most trials last? Because I bet it's longer than 3 days. Almost all finish in a day, most with a guilty verdict. Holy shit. I never thought I would end up in the defendant's chair myself for this case, with the true culprit appearing as the star witness. This is it. Tomorrow, it's me or him. Wow. Yeah, 1 year? That sounds about right. 3 days. Can you believe? Oh, man. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today. Ah, Phoenix, look! Oh, it's my boy! Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received a call from the chief prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. What? Does White have the judge in his pocket too? So, you're saying I'm going to be guilty. End of story. I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent. How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth. You've changed. Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix? Well, court will be starting soon. What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not... I'll be defending myself. What? Okay, let's do this. We've got this. Have I seen the Phoenix Wright musical? I haven't! I know there's also a live movie, or not a live, there's a movie of real actors. I would love to see both. And there's a TV show. I haven't watched it either. There's so much I need to catch up on. Man, for sure. I heard the movie was really good. All right. Oh, Maya's on our side, actually. Down in the pit with us or whatever. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself. Understood. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Maya Fey? Ooh, is it, Joe? Damn, somebody send me a link. I gotta watch that. I didn't know there was a musical, and you know me, I love musicals so much. So gay and musical, I am all over that. I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. Great. He gets to show off, and I get nowhere. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. God, he looks horrible. For being a guy whose name is Red White and his color of his company is blue, he wears, like, all pastels. You wish to know the title of my personage. God, I hate him. Your name? Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse? Name. These two are great together. My name is Red White, but friends call me Blanco Nino. Really? I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder. Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there? Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White, you may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? Oh-ho! I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix. I don't know why she's allowed to be down there, but that's okay. Let's see. It was about 9, I believe. I was quietly reading to you some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say that the man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. If things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Whew. Okay. By window, you mean the one directly across from Fay & Co. law offices. Correct. That is the only window, you see. And there you were reading papers? Correct. The Gatewater is a businessman's hotel, and I am a busy man who had business to do. I'm sorry, you rented a hotel with, that lady? Y'all were there to fuck. I mean, you know, if it weren't for the fact that it was actually for murder, but if it weren't for the murder part, it would definitely be to fuck. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. A bedlam? It must have been when you attacked, I assume. We see. Continue. So you were reading your papers until you heard that sound. But of course, I am no snoop peeping out of windows at night. No snoop? Yeah, right, you've made a career out of snooping. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man, attacking a woman with long hair. Whew. Oh, I guess that's all it says. What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated the assailant looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Counting both eyes, 40. I don't think that's how that works. Don't add them together. I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good. Hey, whose side is the judge on anyway? And what did you do then? What was Miss May doing at the time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on the TV and was weeping openly. Did you know she had been tapping the Fay office phone?
Objection!
Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of this Fay woman. You'd make a good politician, Mr. White. Oh, I know. And after all, I am El Presidente. What is with him in the Spanish? Please continue. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course. Comprende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. This is where we get him, because she said she ran to the right. Are you sure? As you know, I am always abso-positively perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. Please do. There it is, ran to the right. Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated the victim ran right. Oh, it is simple. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Because she was running to the left because May was looking at her from behind. It was to the right, but from the front, it was his left. That's why he thinks it's the left. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing. Wait a second. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? Both witnesses are telling the truth, for once. Ha! I doubt it. Or rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There's one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Aha! What do you mean? Yes, what do you mean? He was not viewing the crime from the hotel. If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay & Co., of course. More specifically, he was standing here. He was the killer. This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from this point, to him it would appear she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Order. I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion! The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Ho-ho! You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What? He's laughing. The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologize. May Your Honor... Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Ace Attorney does have really good music. Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left. And then you hit her, savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. Nah, she died almost instantly. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? Nope. Liar. Does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. Okay. I think maybe right there? Yep, awesome, we got him. Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were absolutely perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice! Don't let him get away! Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony. The crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this now, White. Mr. White? Okay. You're gonna get him? Good night, Surfin'. Thanks for joining us. Oh, thank you, Pablo. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Thwap! He's a horrible liar. Thwap indeed. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. Mr. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. Ha! You put yourself in this situation. His own arrogance put him in. This is great. He's the one that put himself on the witness stand. Alright. Looked at the. He said there was only one window. He said there was only one window. But how do I say. Hold it! How would he... Okay, wait. He says he looked when the glass light stand fell, but how would he have known? That is odd. He would have had to have seen it, and he couldn't have seen it from where he was. What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes? Then change your testimony to reflect that. So, sorry, my bad. Okay, of course. Alright. Objection! Mr. White. It was impossible for you to have seen the glass stand. It wasn't in the window. What? Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you would be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White? What do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity! Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment it fell, and the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fay Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Yeah! Mr. White? He's snapping! You did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor, Miss Mia. Looks like we're about to get our verdict. Objection! Yeah, there's no way it's this easy. That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? Forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White. I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now, What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap? I'm trying to get out of this. Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court. Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay. What does that have to do? Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office and by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Ugh. Correct! You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break! Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Co. law offices. That is when I saw that accursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. White would like you to believe Mr. White was the murderer. I see. However, it is a fact Mr. White had been to that office well before the murder took place, when he went to place the wiretap. He could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture it is. Gotta make it hard for us, huh? Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretapping. Ahem. Leave it to me. I feel faint. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fay & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand. But wouldn't that immediately make him the first suspect of murder? Like, if you wiretap somebody's office, clearly something's, like, there's something going on there. So, you saw the stand before the night of the incident, and this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over, by the sound. That's ridiculous. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine. What am I supposed to do now? Good luck, Phoenix. I'm gonna need it. Do you have proof?
Objection!
Miss April May knew the details of Miss Fay's phone conversation. This proves the wiretap was placed before the murder. Right. Had entered offices. Was it really you that went into the office, or was it Miss May?
Objection!
Unidentified fingerprints, several days old, were found in the Fay & Co. law offices. Those were obviously Mr. White's. If I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the Fay & Co. law offices. Of course I'd done so. Oh, no, go back.
Hold it!
Why did you tap Mia's phone?
Objection!
This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honor. Blue Corp is a detective agency of sorts. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality while we commit crimes. That's what I said. Why did you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It's quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Damn it, there's nothing there for me to press him on. Oh well, maybe he's rattled enough I can bluff something out of him. Huh. What's it do? Let me look at the wiretap. Well, this is the one that was in Miss Hyde. Okay, so that's not the one that was in the room. I had entered the office, done so to place the wiretap. Well, when did they say? They said they checked into the hotel. I feel like they hadn't checked in that long ago. A week before? Don't tell me I've run out of ammo. I'm afraid that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honorably. You didn't. No more. I can't take this anymore. Mr. Wright? Are you giving up? Yes, Your Honor. Phoenix! Phoenix, over here. I know that voice. Mia? And nobody notices. Never give up, Phoenix. Mia? Where am I? The waiting lobby? What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. No, you weren't. You're finally awake. Ah! And he's down again. Hey, Phoenix! That's no way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. And there it is! You're... Maya? Didn't you know the Fae women have strong psychic powers, as well as the ability to transform? When you accepted your defeat in court, it appears that was enough of a shock to awaken Maya's powers. So Maya's channeling you, Mia. That's right, I am Maya, but I'm also Mia. Now, I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up. You can't either. That's what I came here to tell you. But we don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen, you've already won. Huh? You have that receipt in the court record, right? Oh yeah, the one you wrote Maya on. Phoenix Wright wrote that, not me. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. Front? It's a regular receipt. Looks like it's from a famous department store. $1,000. Wow, big spender. Item, glass light stand. Oh, holy shit. Date of purchase, September 4th. He couldn't have seen it the week before because she bought the lamp the day before the murder. Hell yeah. That's right, Phoenix. I bought that stand the day before I was killed. Whoa! Now, what did Mr. White say in his testimony? It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. He said he saw the stand the week before the murder. There you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent. Now you just have to prove it. Right. Yeah, this series has a lot of supernatural elements. Mostly ghosts and exorcisms. I don't know if there's more later. One case I just finished did have to do with yokai, but it turned out not to be an actual yokai. Hey, Kelly. Court will now reconvene. Is the defendant, are you all right, Mr. Wright? Yes, sorry, Your Honor. I'm fine now. Then let's start where we left off. Your Honor, there is nothing to go back to. The cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Your Honor, please give me one more chance. I promise you, this is the last time I'll ask you. But as Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial is more or less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on this matter? I say, let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Nice. All right.
Objection!
Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood? You're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. The other side? Your Honor, would you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt? Well, a glass light stand. And the date of purchase? Why, that's the day before the murder. You see, Mr. White, when you allegedly entered Faye & Co. law offices at the beginning of September, The stand could not have been there. What kind of a scream was that? Well, Mr. White, can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible. Uh-oh, he's losing it. Well, Your Honor, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you. But I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Very well. Then, that is all for the trial of...
Objection!
Oh, come on, Edgeworth! I want to go to sleep! Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. Eh? What? No way can he worm his way out of this one. Oh wait, I forgot it's Edgeworth. There is a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Isn't it the other way around? I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Another inquiry? This isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up as evidence as he pleases. This is bad. Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There is no need to prolong this trial any further. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, if anyone is going to call Mr. White to trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether these new claims have any basis in factual evidence. I see. Objection denied. Damn it. The completion of the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow. No, there's no telling what will happen if I can't end this now. Edgeworth is sure to come up with or just make up something. And after Mia showed up to help me and all... No, we cannot let this ass get away. Mr. Your Honor, may I go home? Of course, thank you for your time. God. The witness will stay. Mia. Phoenix, read this note out loud. Mia, what's this? A list of people's names in Mia's handwriting. Your Honor, if I may. You're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life is riding on this one. I have something I would like to read to the court.
Take that!
The memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. Stop! Desist! Halt! Please stop! Make him stop! How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt right here, right now. Or else this list will be released to the press. Ooh. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Case closed, Your Honor. Damn, that was cold. Well, I see no reason to continue this trial. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense. Yes, Your Honor. I guess you could say that. If only you knew how spirited it was. Oh my god. Well, this court finds the defense, the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty! That is all. This court is adjourned. I wonder what the list was. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again. But congratulations, you're lucky I was born a fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me, and Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live. As long as you live? My time here is running out. Huh? Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long. What? No, there's still so much to say. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief? I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix, can you come to the office tonight? Say 9. The office? I'll see you later. Chief, Mia! Is she gonna explain the list? What was it? Being here, it's hard not to think about that night. You came. Mia? I was kind of worried you might not. Huh? Of course I came. Well then, I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia? You should see your face. Mia? What are you talking about? It's me, Maya. Maya? What? Did I look like my sister? Look like you were her. I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix, go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Maya, why are you here? Because of this. See? Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Take care of... Huh? She means the office. This office. Someone has to help with the new Wright & Co. law offices, right? And who better but me, Maya Fey, reporting for duty. Wait, no. On second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick. Maya here, ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you. Nick? You know what this means? We're partners. You know, when I think about it, it is Maya's fault I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright & Co. law offices. It's got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Aww. Good luck, Phoenix. I'll always be here, watching. Aww. Right. Okay, Nick, let's do it. Huh? Do what? Burgers, dummy! Burgers! There's a great burger joint just down the street. Come on, time's a-wasting. Okay, wait up. And so the first of many children adopted by the Phoenix Wright family. Oh, man. Oh, ooh, the next one's really good, which we will not be doing tonight. We'll come back to this at some point. But, God, I love this game so much. It gives me so many feelings. Oh, man. Thank you guys for joining me. This was so much fun, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know it's a little different as far as streaming games goes, but I love this series, and it's so much fun to play. It really makes me happy. I will be back tomorrow. We're doing the vampire tabletop game at like 5. We'll be there for that. And then Monday, I don't know what I'll be doing. I'll figure something out. But I will be back to streaming daily now. I'm feeling a lot better and hopefully have all that behind me. Be sure to check out the links below. You can commission me for videos. You can buy my books. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook and keep up to date on updates. Join the Discord to hang out and chill over there. If you want to support me on Patreon or YouTube or PayPal, you can do that too. For as little as 99 cents a month, you can be a member and get a lot of bonuses like free books and movie nights and emojis and all kinds of stuff. And I have a P.O. box. You can send me stuff there as well. And I believe that is all the updates I have right now. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.